In three, two, one. What is going on, guys? This is Brett, and he put the human centipedes back on the thumbnail. Um, we're back with week one power rankings with our resident jokester, Bash.
Let's go.
How you been, buddy?
I've been absolutely fantastic. We are out here representing the human centipedes over here.
My God.
Whew. Let's go, Ian. Whew.
Anyway, week one power ranking is back with the best power ranking duo in me and Bash, and we are just gonna, I guess, jump right into it here with number
Yep.
14. We have our first difference of opinion.
Yeah, pretty much. Do you want to go first about yours though?
Uh,
First we'll go talk about
yeah,
Spurs first.
the reason why I have Splurge here, you've made, while we were talking beforehand, you made an argument how you thought that Splurge shouldn't be at the very bottom, but I put him here because, well, he's the only one that got 6-0'd. A very rough initiation into the ASL, but he still has a chance to prove himself. But
Yeah.
I feel like with Shadow being here longer than Splurge has, Splurge hasn't really had that chance to like prove himself quite yet. So I feel like Splurge should be below Shadow because he's fresh meat, if you will.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Splurge. Splurge is an interesting guy. See, I've known Splurge for a long time, and that's not the reason I put him over. I'll explain why in a second. But Splurge tries to bring a lot of heat in his matches, and honestly, he brought the right set sort of. It just didn't work. Did you just delete the thing? I just saw you delete that.
Delete what?
Um, I know you. I know what you're doing, man. Don't play these mind games with me. I know exactly what you're doing right now.
I didn't do anything. You sound like a woman who's very anguished at something that I did. You're just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
how could you?
Now, okay. Bish is an amazing battler. Let's not get that wrong. Like Bish is an absolutely amazing battler. And I actually did help Spurge prep a little bit, but honestly, you can't hold the fact that Bish. Well, Bish did 6-0 Spurge. Little spoilers, but I think Spurge tried to bring a little heat, and it was either honestly when it came into the match, it was either gonna go big or go home kind of thing. And based off of what you saw there this week, it kind of fell pretty hard. We had the point of his team was to weaken down some of his threats, and then uh, basically Jody passed with Rapidash into Mammoth Swine to try to sweep that way. Now, I'll give he probably should have tried to weaken down the Avalog because that was by matchup. I obviously knew that Avalog was a Mammoth Swine's check right there because nothing on his entire team takes a hit from Mammoth Swine pretty much. So, but I still feel like he played better than Shadow. Shadow made really weird plays, and in fact, well against Vish is a lot better than Peach. No offense to Peach that we match. He made a bunch of really weird plays, unnecessary plays. Like honestly, I don't think he sacked off his Mega Gyarados for nothing. I don't know if you remember that. Basically,
Yeah,
he
I
tried to set
remember
up.
at the
He tried to set
beginning.
up with Mega. Yeah, he tried to set up Mega with Mega Gyarados on a Mega Glade,
Yeah,
which
and also you don't want to, like, you don't want to set up with Mega Gyarados at the very beginning of the battle.
yeah, and also the fact that if he really was scared, if he was, I guess, like he had also had Swallow. Shadow had Swallow, which was Flame or Brave Bird, which absolutely annihilates Mega Glade. Mega Glade can't out prioritize it because Shadow Sneak doesn't hit Swallow. That was a play where he should have waited, took his time, and just went into Swallow first before going to Mega Gyarados because he did not he set up way too quickly and he didn't even have his set. I don't know if you know this, but I'm pretty sure his set was Crunch, Earthquake, Waterfall, Dragon Dance. Now Peach has a Whimsicott, which none of those moves even touch Whimsicott. So there's that point where Whimsicott basically walls Mega Gyarados to begin with. And he set up at the wrong time. He should have waited for Winston Card to get weakened more down. Honestly, he was still at like 88%, I think, at the
Mm-hmm.
time where Mega Gyarados went down. So there was that. That's why I have Shadow below Splurge. I think Splurge came in with the right idea, and he made some weird plays. But I think it was also just the fact that his Vish is just such a dominating player.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I put Shadow above
Yeah.
Shadow below Splurge. So
Yeah, Vish was very dominant last season as well. So I mean, it was a very strong start for him going into this new
yeah,
season.
yeah,
Um, and then I guess we talked about number 13 as well.
yeah.
We kind of just lumped them together because I mean, they didn't play each other, but I mean, they're right next to each other, so we kind of did. But at number
Woo!
12, we have for a while we actually have the same picks until I think number 6. But here we both have TCP.
Yes.
First week, he kind of got wrecked by Cody. It was a 5-0 win for Cody,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
5-0 win for Cody, a very strong win for Cody because TCP is also an amazing battler, but TCP did some very questionable things in this battle, most notably the sacking of the Jirachi to the Fire Blast. That just blows my mind, honestly. Um, and then it was basically all downhill from there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I wanted to roast TCP about this because he gave me a bunch of trash about my draft. I think my draft was amazing, by the way, but that's besides the point. TCP, what were you thinking, buddy? Leaving a Jirachi in at the slots. Were you hoping for hacks? I know Jirachi is the hack spawn, but that doesn't work with accuracy, dude. Like, it doesn't work. Serene Grace does not boost accuracy, okay? So you need to get control of the situation. As a fact, you had a pretty easy switch into a bunch of different things. You got Rotom Heat, you got Seismitoad there, even Mega Kang. Mega Kang is a thick boy over there. A thick mama, more like. And Thick Mama over here
Thick
could have
Mom.
walled Salaz. Yeah, Thick Mama. Thick Mama.
Thick
over
Mama.
There. Thick
Oh.
Mama could have walled Salazzle. And instead, you sack off Jirachi. Turn 1. Jirachi, okay, Jirachi didn't have the best of matchups per se. But Jirachi, when you have a Jirachi, there's always a way. There's always a way with Jirachi. You can always come out on top with Jirachi for some. Like, there's always a chance, because you know what Jirachi does. It flinches. It does not. It does not. As we said before, to reiterate, it does not change the accuracy of moves, or it does not change the accuracy or evasion of moves. Okay, it just does with like Serene Grace with the flinching, the paralysis kind of stuff. Okay, just to make sure you understand that.
It's pretty harsh.
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
You had to do it to him. That
Yeah.
jeez. I could smell the smoke from over here.
I've been waiting 1 week to do that for him. To him.
You've been waiting a whole week just to do that. All right. At number 11, we have Melone here. It's kind of crazy how literally week 1 was the mentor bowl, basically. Me and Melone both fought our mentors week 1.
Rigged schedule.
It was rigged schedule, but
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it was actually a really good battle between him and
Yeah,
Ian.
it was.
But I believe, like, it feels like it took Ian that slump of last season to start kicking things into gear. I mean, he was busy, so that's probably why he went into that slump. But
Yeah.
I think we might be starting to see the return of Mr. Altaria Motives this season.
Oh God.
What do you think of that?
Honestly, I'm scared of Ian at the moment, but I'm gonna talk about Melone for a second, because honestly, I think he stepped up his game from the end of last season. Because I think he was dripping off a lot during the mid and end of the last season.
It felt like he lost a lot of motivation towards the end as well.
Yeah, and honestly, this game was fantastic. It does. I think it was like, what was it? I believe it was a 4-0, but it didn't really seem like that, because it just happened to be that one certain, like, at the point, because the Keldeo set. I don't know if you saw the Keldeo set, but I wish he brought some other move on Keldeo to hit the Jellicent, because that was baller, man. He brought Sword Stance Keldeo, okay? Like this man, that actually could have worked too if you're
Yeah.
like thinking about it, because there's things like I know that I forget. Does Ian? I think Ian has definitely has some knockoff user, but it was I really kind of interested about that fact because I believe he probably had Aquajet for the Mega Beedrill,
Hmm.
which I really enjoyed that set. I thought it was really cool. I just think I wish I was able to hit the Justin, but then also the fact that he actually missed the Thunder at the end with Compound Eyes, Galvantula. And I know it's
Yeah.
boosted all, but like, yeah. So, but I
That's a
still
big
think,
rib.
yeah, I still think Malone stepped it up from last season at least.
I'm very excited to see what Malone has in store for this season. Like
Yeah.
again, it's kind of like how, um, I guess we should call it the TJ effect, if you will. Uh, but CJ, whoa,
CJ.
TJ won season
Who's
5.
CJ?
TJ won season 5,
Yeah.
and then the next season TJ did awful.
Yeah.
Like not totally awful, but he did a lot worse than he did the previous season. It's kind of like how Malone, he made the playoffs for the first time ever in season 6, and then in season 7, it's kind of like the pressure of him wanting to do as well as he did that previous season. It kind of got to him, and then he just fell off. But I think with him not feeling that pressure of everybody's eyes on him, looking at him, I think he might be able to pull out some nice wins this season.
Yeah. And Ian's a tough battler too, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he'll. I don't know. I don't remember who he plays next week, but I feel like Malone will bounce back for a fact. So going into, I believe we're at 10 right now.
Yeah, we are at number 10, and number
Yeah.
10, we both have Texas Man and the Dallas Mudsdales. Why don't you take this one?
Okay, so Texas Man actually played me this week, and that was kind of interesting. He brought okay. I don't. He didn't reveal his sets technically. I don't know if he's doing a video for it. He might be showing it later on, but his Blacephalon was physical. I'm pretty sure, based off the flame charge.
Well, I
Based
mean,
off the damage.
he could have used the flame charge just to get like the speed boost.
I'm I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly when I calced him. I believe was he. Yeah. I believe he was physical. Blacephalon, if I remember correctly, which is kind of weird. For the fact that it literally gets walled by Melodic. My Melodic set walled Blacephalon. It was pretty much like almost max defense. I think Melodic with Flame Orb, meaning it gets even more boosted. And I had a little bit of Spadef just to not get 3-hit KO'd by Shadow Ball, I believe, for Blacephalon, Choice Scarf Blacephalon. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, very interesting to see that because I don't even know exactly what Blacephalon even gets for like physical type moves because it's always been known to run its special. I know it has a big physical attack too, though, with I believe base 127 physical attack, which is nothing to laugh at. But like, I guess it gets like remember correctly. He also didn't. Okay, I put him down a little low because of the fact he literally didn't bring his only switch in to Megalodios against
Mm-hmm.
me. Scrafty Assault Vest I was expecting that 100% because it literally was the best way to check Megalodios. Because he didn't, Megalodios pretty much got to kill every single time it came in, which is very difficult for his team. I mean, if he's losing mons like that quickly, it's just not going to work for him. And then there's also the fact that I believe he had a really cool tech. I think he wanted to set up on the Victory Bell with the
Mm-hmm.
Colba Berry, which was kind of interesting. But I don't know if he realized that. But if I was actually Gracium Z Victory Bell, I took out Blacephalon there, and that was pretty much it, I guess per se.
Yeah.
But
I one thing that I was really like surprised about is that he let his Swampert get like destroyed so early on in the game.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. That was one of my game plans too to do that, but yeah, very,
Like especially when you
very.
have an Electros out there. I mean, it's either like if it's running its like special move set and you have something that has a 4 times weakness to grass, I would think that it's going to be packing Giga Drain.
Yeah. I honestly
Like just
couldn't tell if he
personally.
was just being ballsy or if he was just didn't know that it got Giga Drain. At that point, to be honest. Which is why I kind of went for the Astro Spray turn one
Mhm.
instead of going for the Giga Drain. But yeah, I was very shocked. I was very shocked about that too.
Mhm. But anyway, moving on to number 9, we have Matt Metagross here, the Washington Red Skitties. This is his first full season here in the ASL.
Hmm.
He kind of in a way got handed playoffs. I mean, he still had to do the matches to get there, um, which
Yeah.
he won pretty well. But he was given a team that wasn't his, and I think it's really good that we finally get to see a team that he drafts himself, and gets to mess around with. It wasn't that bad of a loss. They both played
Mhm.
really well. Him and Static both. Um, but I was actually really proud of Static stepping it up this week after his slump from last season.
Yeah.
But
Um.
the reason why I have him a little lower, um, is because, well, I'm not gonna boast or anything, but I feel like I did a little bit better in my match than he did,
Yeah.
even though there was some
Um.
hacks in my match. But
I will say this though, I was very surprised that he wasn't. It didn't seem like he was really prepared for at all. On Static's team because Static literally. I don't know if you noticed this throughout the entire draft. He literally was talking about how good his team would be in Trick Room.
mm-hmm.
That's literally his. Static was so excited about Trick Room. I believe with like Mega Ball Wow and Hoopa Unbound.
Yeah.
I forgot the rest of his team at the moment, but Static was literally bragging about how he's going to be abusing uh, Trick Room this season, and with Crab Alano too. I forgot to mention that he is Crab Alano too, which is really good in the Trick Room.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt just didn't seem like he prepped for that really. I don't know if he just didn't hear. Maybe he didn't hear Static say that, but like, when you have a Mega Mawwow and a Hoopa and Band, it's something you probably want to prep for.
Yeah.
Uh,
Does Default get rid of Trick Room?
no, it doesn't.
Oh, it
But
doesn't.
Gastrodon outslows both of them, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Which is something to know. And I believe, well, technically he could have ran like things like what's it called? Oh my god, Iron Ball. Iron Ball cuts your speed in half,
Mm-hmm.
meaning you outspeed in Trick Room for most parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seemed like he just wasn't ready for that. Even though he had really good. Other than that, I felt like Matt played pretty well, but he just wasn't prepared for Trick Room. It looked like so.
Yeah. We put him down here at number 9. And then moving on to number 8, we have me, Brett, the Riverside Otters, coming
Oh,
in
who's that guy?
with
Oh,
with an 0-1 loss against Brad, my mentor. I almost beat him, but
yeah.
I think probably the most memorable thing in that battle was the turn 1 crit with Quagsire. that was massive. Getting rid of the Mega Charizard right there. I was debating. I was looking at him. I was like, he's not gonna Mega Evolve this turn. He's gonna. Whenever I was prepping, I was like, he's 100% bringing HP Grass or Grass. Now I
Yeah.
don't remember I think it was HP Grass. He was 100% bringing HP Grass, and
Mhm.
then I was like, I don't know what he's gonna lead. I think he's gonna lead Charizard. Because like there was a few different things he could have led. He could have led Charizard. Let me look at his team again. Actually, let me pull it up. At his
He
roster.
brought ten. Oh, you mean overall? He brought what he ended up bringing was Tentacruel, Swoobat, Charizard X, Rotom, Virizion, and Crocodile.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
out of the two things he was gonna lead out of his team, I thought he was either gonna lead Crocodile or Charizard, and Quagsire was a good answer to both of those.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that he led Charizard, and I crit him with Waterfall turn one.
Yeah, that's crazy, boy.
Like, it was literally came down to me choosing, is he gonna Mega Evolve or not? And I was like, he's not gonna Mega Evolve. I'm hitting Waterfall, and the Poke gods were like, you guessed correctly. We're gonna let you crit. And
Yeah,
then
bruh.
he took forever to make his next move. So he was mesmerized by the fact that I actually got that crit because it set
You
him
should have
back
told
so
him.
much.
You should have told him it was Bandit Quack's time.
Imagine if it was banded.
Oh my god! But it was kind of interesting to be honest. I honestly, what I thought he was gonna bring was I thought he was gonna bring Sunny Day Solar Beam Mega
Hmm.
Charizard X. But yeah, yeah, you played the game very well. It's just it really
Yeah.
the reason I have you this high, higher than the rest of the people that lost, the highest out of the rest of the people that lost, was because this game literally came down to a 50-50.
Hmm.
It
Also,
really,
I also feel like I set up with Como at the perfect moment.
yeah, you really did because at this point in the match, you were like Brad was in a situation where he honestly um could have and could have won lost at that situation.
Hmm.
Where he, if you look at it, I think it was was it turn 19 or turn 20? Yeah, turn 20. Basically, it came down to Brett making a play with Coma. If he goes for the Z move, to take out the Rotom, or predicts Brad scouting for the Z move and just
Yeah.
clicks Dragon Claw on the.
Let me also note something there. It came down to that prediction two times. The first one, I was like,
Yeah,
he might switch here. Let me Dragon
yeah,
Claw. So I Dragon Clawed. And then the next one, I was like, is he gonna switch, predicting me to Z move, because he didn't switch last time, or is he gonna?
wait, damn. I just
Yeah.
realized that. Does that mean you were 0 for 2 and you're 50-50?
Well, I mean, like, I mean, it wasn't really kind of, but like, I needed the damage on Rotom Wash anyway to kill with Z.
Yeah,
So
okay,
like the
that's fair.
Dragon Claw made sense in a way. And then after that it was like, okay, is he gonna switch or not? And if he did switch and I Z moved, then that lost me. And then that's exactly what happened. I lost because he switched.
Yeah,
But good job on Brad for out mind gaming me there. Um, but yeah,
yeah.
that was a really good battle. I couldn't ask for anything better than that. It's my mentor. What can I do? Honestly.
To be honest, I was kind of surprised he didn't go for the another Dragon Dance on the when he went for the Hydro Pump.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I went for another Dragon Dance at some point. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I
yeah,
Dragon Clawed again, I think, or I
yeah.
did something
You
before.
Dragon Dance again on
I think.
turn 21 after he sacked Swoobat.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that was something. I c So that's so at that point I was kind of curious as to thinking I guess you were going through. So what were you thinking during that situation exactly? Like um during the turn, I was just curious. What were you thinking? Turn 20 from 19 to 21, the situation.
Was that like where he's like where I was thinking like debating Z move and all that?
Yeah, and then the Dragon Dance on turn 21.
Yeah, basically what I was thinking is like I was thinking in my head, is he gonna switch or not? And he didn't switch the first time, so I was like, in my head, I just had to click something. I didn't know what he was gonna do,
Yeah.
so it was more of
Okay.
like just predict and just if it happens, it happens because it was literally a 50-50. If he did one thing, I lost basically.
Yeah.
If well, I mean, I wouldn't say that I lost if he did it, but I think the best middle ground play for me is because he didn't kill with Hydro Pump. I think the best middle ground play for me to have done is whenever I was predicting him to either switch or stay, and I think it would have been more beneficial if I Dragon Danced there.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it this way, the game came with on your close combat too,
Mm-hmm.
so that was kind of crazy as well. But yeah, you played. I thought you played really well. Um, kind of just a really intense game that came down to the wire, man.
Yeah.
Props to you on that, man, because that was That was really intense to watch.
Yeah, probably the most intense game of the week. If
Yeah.
not, like, I'm not gonna say the season yet, because I mean it's only week one,
You
but
could say of the season so far, because
yeah,
it's
of the season so far, that's the most intense game, and it's definitely gonna be contending
yeah,
for
yeah,
the best game of the season, basically.
yeah. So I believe we're on to Peach,
We are
right?
on to Peaches. He faced, who did he face?
Shadow.
Shadow. Yeah. Um, I'll let you talk about that one.
I have so many questions. What what was happening during this match with him? With when turn okay, I start here. Turn 11, turn 12. Porygon 2 went for the psych up on the Whimsicott. You already showed that you had Encore. So I don't know. I was curious to why you didn't click Encore after the Porygon 2 click psych up, because he would have been stuck to psych up and you could have gotten a free setup opportunity with one of your mons.
Hmm.
There's also another one where um what was it? I believe it was the Whimsicott. Oh no, it was the Whimsicott again. Yeah, Whimsicott against. He brought in his Arbok, and this Peach either has balls of steel, or, um, or just wasn't just. I don't understand it, because he went for Moonblast on Arbok, which I don't understand really. Because Whimsicott is pretty much his only way of stopping Gyarados at this point. Mega Gyarados. Um, Mega Gyarados is completely walled by Whimsicott, but if Whimsicott goes down, this Mega Gyarados looks so amazing at this match. And he decided to click Moonblast on the Arbok, which Arbok definitely would have one shot Whimsicott with any
Hmm.
poison type move. Probably even with a poison sting at this point, like, like,
With a
like,
poison sting, he says.
yeah. Luckily, Shadow made the read on to go for Toxic, but all that did was just Whimsicott got 13% off. That's all it did with the Moonblast, and I still don't understand that play. Um, I really don't with that. And then I believe he was also I put far down because he kind of the things he got was a freeze. But yeah, I'm just gonna say that real quick. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah. I don't really have anything much to say here. I kind of talked about it whenever we talked about
Oh
Shadow earlier. Um,
yeah,
it was just a very weird game from both sides. They both did some very questionable plays, but I have him over me because, well, he won his game and I didn't. Even though I could make the argument that I should have put me over him.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's where I have him anyway. Moving on to 6, we have some differences of opinion yet again.
Oh boy,
Bash.
what
Why do you have it there?
what
You know what?
what
Number
what I
3.
do?
What do you mean? What'd you do? Oh my God.
I got the
Anyway,
live editing going.
at number 6, I have Brad and you have Static here. Um, reason why I have Brad here, well, he did almost lose to me. It was very close. Um, a lot of hacks were involved
Yeah,
in that battle, but I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna put Static below him because well Static won 3-0. Static I don't really think Static really did anything wrong in his battle either. I don't think he made very I didn't see any plays that were very questionable. He did amazing with the Trick Room stuff. Even though I feel like Matt wasn't really prepared for Trick Room as well as he could have been. But I mean it's a 3-0 nonetheless.
yeah,
And I don't feel like putting Static below Brad whenever Static didn't really do anything wrong per se.
yeah. Um, I will. Okay, I vaguely remember the static game, sort of why I was that. Um, sorry about that. Okay, so okay, let me refocus real quick because my mind is. Uh, okay, so I was I put Brad above static for the fact that I Brad was able to come back from honestly Brad came back from You should. I thought you were about to. I thought you were about to beat Brad, and
Uh,
he was somehow that end game. The way he played that end game was just to the perfection,
yeah.
and that's the only reason I have him over Static at the moment.
Yeah.
I will say this. I gotta roast Brad though. Brad, where is your check to Como on your team that you brought? What what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Como Como is the GOAT. And we know this from TJ and I. And you still did not bring a single you didn't bring a single answer. Like, and the one month that could probably take a hit from it can't really touch Como. Like I didn't get that. I know there wasn't a lot for you to actually bring for it, but like Palisand could have dealt with it. Even Palisand could have done better than Rotom Wash did. Brad just made a bunch of excellent plays. That's the way he got past it. But Jesus, oh my God, yeah. I was also surprised that he didn't bring unaware swoop. I knew we were talking about this before we started recording. He brought Klutz, which that makes his item absolutely irrelevant. Yeah, I thought unaware or simple would have been really cool. I wasn't sure if you weren't gonna reveal the set, so I'll just keep it at that. But he was Klutz, which is very intriguing to me. Maybe wait, wait. I think I could guess it. I don't know if I want to say it on call though.
I'll edit
On
it
this,
out. If what is it?
you actually, I was just. Oh, we are recording right now. Is it a trick set?
I'd have to look. I'm not sure.
Okay, okay. So just wanted to ask about that real quick. But yeah, Como, his team was good, but you gotta be prepared for those Quagsire crits, right? It's literally like it's like a little tongue twister to begin with, Quagsire crits. But you literally you got to prepare for that because everybody prepares for Quagsire crits, because you know how it works. And I was also surprised about the Charizard X set. I was really expecting Sunny Day, Solar Beam, which I thought would have been so cool. Because that would have actually just went ham on his team, like a really bulky Sunny Day Solar Beam set could have really put in a lot of work against his team. But yeah, instead you get crit by little Quag over here, you know. But yeah, props to you on bringing that game back. Um, yeah, that's what I gotta say about Brad.
I have you at number 5.
Okay.
I have Static above you. You guys both won 3-0, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I have Static above you because even though Matt wasn't here for very long last season, he was only here for a few battles. I mean, he still did well in those battles that he
That's
played.
fair, yeah.
And again, it's what I said about Splurge. I'm gonna put like I'm not gonna put someone. Well, I mean, I'm trying hard. I'm trying hard to find the words that I'm trying to say. But like, you beat Texas, and Static beat Matt. Matt's been here longer than Texas, is what I'm trying to say. So we haven't really seen what all Texas has to like bring. We don't know how how good of a battler he is quite yet. At least not everyone here does. But I still think that he has a lot of room to prove himself, and I don't think that. What'd you say?
That's fine. I understand because honestly, I don't know. We didn't know too much about Texas coming in, and Matt is a good battler too. So I understand why you put Static over me.
Mm-hmm.
That honestly, I probably should have switched it around, but you know it's fine. I should have. We're fine. We're fine. It's fine. We already went through it. But yeah, honestly, I was a little surprised about some of the stuff he ended up bringing against me, and I honestly, the sets I brought, I didn't reveal too much about them. I don't want to reveal too much about them, but I felt very intrigued in the entire match. Even when he started setting up with the Blacephalon, I felt still very confident. I still had Mimikyu in the back. Melodic was able to deal with it pretty well. So like I wasn't that worried about the whole situation, even with Drought with Blacephalon up. But yeah, that's what I gotta say kind of about that situation. So
Then at number 3, we have Mr. Ian Alteria Motives in the Human Scolopedes. Why don't you take this one away, because I know you're itching to say something.
me, I'm
Yeah,
itching.
you're itching.
What? What am I? What was I supposed to be itching about?
I don't know. What are you itching about? I know you are.
Well, honestly, the score, the 4-0 wasn't really a determination of how close this game was. To be honest, I just think that um, the reason Ian was able to win this match is because he was able to keep up momentum, um, and he was able to overpower Malone, and that really shows because he had, Ian really looked a lot better than he did at the end of last season, and I think that we said that before that he was getting tired out,
Hmm.
but oh my God, Ian looks like looks ready to claim lives this season, man. He Malone put up a hell of a fight, but Ian was still able to pull out a huge dub on that against Malone. Completely keeping momentum, and that gelatin was so thick. Like that gelatin was so it like wall. I don't. It was able to wall pretty much most of his team, which is kind of ridiculous if you think about it.
Yeah, it really
He
is.
just couldn't. They couldn't. His Malone couldn't break it, and that I don't know if I should be giving props to Ian about that or should be hating on Malone for that. I'm gonna pick to props on Ian because he played it really well. But yeah, that's what I gotta say about it. So what do you got to say about it?
I think Ian's back.
Hey,
I think he's back, and I think he's ready to play. Uh, he battled his mentee in Malone first week. The first week was the Mentor Bowl, but I think it goes to show, like, Malone didn't do bad by any means.
yeah,
He put up a really 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 good fight against Ian, but I mean, Ian knows how Malone plays. It's kind of like the same thing with me facing Brad. Brad knows how I play, like, to a T. So, I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of hard for like a mentor to lose to their mentee until the mentee does something that the mentor doesn't expect at all.
yeah, true. Okay.
Because that's what you got to do. Whenever you play your mentors, you need to catch them off guard.
Yeah, very true.
But yeah, I think Ian is here to play, and I see what you did. I see what you did in the thumbnail of slide 5.
Thumbnail. What thumbnail?
Coming in at number 2, we have a difference of opinion here.
Okay. Do you want to talk about your first or?
Okay, but stop. Okay, so I have Vish below Cody, because again,
Yeah.
I explained this whenever we talked about Splurge. I don't really need to explain it again, but Splurge is still here proving himself, and by no means does that make Vish's win any like less significant. It was a 6-0. You can't give any discredit from that, but I believe that Cody faced a more proven opponent, at least in ASL standards.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of why I have one over another. But Vish just absolutely smacked Splurge in that battle.
Yeah. Yeah. But I will say to this, in the post draft rankings, you all should definitely check out if you guys before this video. Technically, even though we're pretty much at the end of the video, but that's besides the point. Basically, they described Vish's team as a team that loses to Mammothswine. Now, yeah, Vish. Now Vish was able. Let's not forget. Let's not. I'm gonna give a lot of props to Vish because he was able to pull out a 6 against a Mammothswine, pretty much. Like a Mammothswine alone should have put him in, but he was able to pull it back. And major props to that. It's nothing against Cody because Cody played amazing too. I just really gave a lot of props to Vish about this match. He played it very very well. Um, knew what he needed to do and was able to accomplish it pretty quickly and pretty well. Well, not pretty quickly because it was a pretty long match, but like he knew what he set a game plan. He knew what he had to do, and he came in and accomplished that. And to the perfection, to the fact that he got a 6-0 out of it as well. Um, Cody now Cody, um, Cody was very had a very good prep this match. I'll give him that. Um, he also pretty much got a kill, an easy kill turn one because somebody doesn't know how Jirachi works. But that's besides the point.
Someone doesn't know how Jirachi works, he says. Oh, the flames. Oh, the flames.
I told him I'm coming at him hard, man. But some of the tech he brought was like with like rock slide. I thought a rock tomb steals was really cool. To catch something like Salamence from not only Salamence to set up on Steelix, which is I thought was very interesting to note. Mega Blastoise, I think also wasn't Mega Blastoise Water Spout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mega Blastoise was Water Spout, and that just broke TCP's core. And he just couldn't do anything about it, which was absolutely hilarious. Because the one mon that probably could have dealt with it, you know, who wants to remember that mon? I'll give you a hint. It's the mon that died turn one. Yep, there you go.
Oh
That mon could have possibly dealt with it. But yeah, it just wasn't existent for the rest of the match. It wasn't existent for how many turns? Yeah, 42. So there's 42 turns. It was inexistent. It was non-existent for 41 turns. So, yeah, that's I have the only reason I had Vish over Cody is because I felt like TCP choked. But that's besides the point. Cody, I felt like Vish came in with a game plan with all that and executed it perfectly. I felt like Cody, well, even with Vish having the odds against him because the Mamoswine, the whole scary Mamoswine situation, Cody didn't have that bad of a matchup, to be honest.
Yeah.
So Salazzle, I will say, even though he had two or three switch-ins to Salazzle, it still could have put in a lot of work, and honestly, with the right, I don't remember, was he Z Archeops?
I'm not sure actually.
Z Archeops, yeah. Z Archeops is absolutely terrifying against TCP's team. It didn't have a single switch into it. So it wasn't just because I kind of more put Vish over Cody because of matchup purposes as well. I felt like Vish had a harder matchup to begin with. And the fact that he came out even higher on a differential because of it just speaks a lot to me. But Cody, you're just up there. You and Vish are like, there's a separation from the top two. Could have gone either way, in my opinion. But that's the only reason why I went with Vish is because of the matchup and some, I guess, like the differential sort of. But yeah, boom.
But I think that is gonna do it for week 1 power rankings. Leave a like if you enjoyed the return of the best power ranking duo of Bash and Brett, of Brett and Bash. Nobody else this season. It's just us. But
yeah, and also remember, do not leave your Jirachi in on a Salazzle.
Yeah, and also stay tuned. Stay tuned. I think weekly recap is going to be coming out before this. I think this should be coming out on Saturday.
Great, so we can even emphasize the fact even more that you should never stay in with a Jirachi on a Salazzle.
But yeah, that's going to do it for us. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you back here for week 2.
Bye.